With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the Blown and Piston Racing League's Clash Series, presented to you by Banner Construction, has made the leap across the pond. That's right, we're coming at you live and direct from Monza, Italy, for the Autodromo Nazionale Monza. That's right, big 2.5, almost 2.6 mile oval track here in Italy. Gonna be a fast-paced night on our hands tonight. Still 2 stage breaks. First stage coming out at lap 16, second stage lap number 40. But first, how you doing? How you feeling out there in TV Land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave of the Cave bringing you all the calls from the trackside with about 2 minutes rolling off the stopwatch already. We'll go ahead and throw some of that qualifying information up to the left-hand side of your screen. There you go. There you have it. Curtis Kelly going to go quick time tonight with a 46.76. Laid down for the fast lap. That is 400ths faster than anybody else out there. Can the 44 Ford Mustang keep it at the top of the speed charts? Still have a handful of drivers out there left to go. Upwards of 25 drivers making the trip across the pond for tonight's race. Race number 8 in the 10-week regular season, so things beginning to shape up for the championship chase as well. We'll get to some of those championship standings here in just a few moments, once we finish and wind ourselves through this 5-minute qualifying session. 3 minutes on the stopwatch already, and the U.S. Veterans Pole Award belongs now to that 44 Ford Mustang of Curtis Kelly, laying down a 46.76 for his fast time here in qualifying. We still got a couple of heavy hitters out there tonight. Jason Branch, Tyler Davala, Corbin Simmons, Ryan Branchu, Kevin Blokma yet to put in their time lapse. And as the music begins to fade away, we're going to begin to get a better picture of what our starting lineup is going to look like tonight here from Monza. And for all intents and purposes, it doesn't look like anybody's going to have anything for Curtis Kelly. Takes quite a bit of time to get wound up and ready to go here tonight. Going to take you just over the 50-second mark to get your up-to-speed lap. Then you're looking at about a minute and a half or so. So unless you're out there rolling already on track with a fast time in order, doesn't look like you're going to be able to put a lap down. So Ryan Branchu in the 52 of Kevin Dick, last week's race winner at New Smyrna Speedway, not going to be able to put down a time lapse. So only Kevin Blokma and Corbin Simmons out there on the track able to dethrone the man at the top of the speed charts. Roger Rios close, but no cigar. He'll go second on the speed charts. Kevin Blokma, Corbin Simmons still yet to put in their first time lapse with just about 30 seconds remaining. Time is running out, and we're going to get ready to go restrictor plate racing across the pond over in Monza. It's going to be one heck of a night here tonight in the Blown Piston Racing League's Class Series, presented to you by Banner Construction. And, well, it's going to be safe to say with just 10 seconds remaining on the qualifying speed charts, looks like walking away with that U.S. Veterans Pole Award tonight will be the 44 Ford Mustang of Curtis Kelly. Job well done, young man. We're going to get set to go trackside after a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be back from Monza with all your live green flag racing action right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
In backtrack side after the flyover in the 5-minute warm-up session and now underway. Drivers allotted 5 extra minutes to try to make some adjustments, make some changes to these next-gen Cup cars before we hit the track for 80 laps here tonight at Monza and race number 8 here in the 10-week regular season for the Blown Piston Racing League's Clash Series. And there's already drivers out on track ripping it up, trying to lay down a faster time, see if they can't work their car into maybe a little bit of a better handling car for the drivers out here tonight. This a much different oval than what these drivers are used to being on, than what they're used to seeing. And a few drivers, speaking of seeing something that they're not used to, why don't we go ahead and jump into some of your official point standings coming into tonight's race. Championship standings are going to be very critical over the next 3 weeks here with the Blown Piston Racing League's Class Series presented to you by Banner Construction. We are setting ourselves up for the championship chase. That's right, just tonight and 2 more races before we begin the championship rundown here in the Blown Piston Racing League's Clash Series. Andrew Moore all but secure in that championship 16 with 1 race win to his back pocket. He's already claimed his ticket into the postseason. Kevin Digg, Jimmy McKee, Kenny McCullough, Anthony Keys, Andrew Moraz, and Roger Rios all punching their tickets into the championship 16. So as you see them through this rundown, remember they're already locked in, but where it gets interesting, right around that 13th to about 18th position coming into tonight's race. That's where it gets a little bit close. There you can see Andrew Moraz, Ryan Nicoletta right there, 15th, 16th. Moraz is already locked in. Anthony Keys just in front of him, already locked in as well. Drivers on the outside looking in: Scott Wise, John Mankowski, Jason Branch, Braden Staub, Gary Wells, all on the outside of that championship 16 looking in. Scott Wise coming into tonight's race 3 points out of that championship 16. John Mankowski 5 points back. Jason Branch, heavy hitter, 6 points out of the championship 16 right now. So look for these drivers to try to have a solid night across the pond here in Monza, setting themselves up for an easy go when we head to Texas in 5 Flags to round out the regular season with just about 2.5 minutes left in this 5-minute warm-up. Drivers now on the clock. It is now or never. They have got to get the changes they need to have a solid race tonight. We'll run down through some of the rest of this championship standings for you. There you can see Gary Wells sitting 14 points back in 21st position. Look for Wells to try to have a solid night as well. Multiple different drivers with multiple different chase implications here tonight. Trying to see if we have any of these important drivers not making the trip across the pond, and it looks like Gary Wells not making the trip across the pond. Must have had passport trouble, unable to make the trip over here to Monza, Italy for the first time here this season. We're going to be turning left in front of some foreign fans, and it is going to be a sight to behold. I don't think there's been an oval race here at Monza in quite some time, so the Blown Piston Racing League Clash Series going to kick things up a notch and get ready to go restrictor plate racing right here from Italy. Looking around through the speed charts and the timing and scoring, it looks like we're seeing speeds upwards of 200 miles an hour. That's right, race fans. This track a little bit faster than Daytona, a little bit quicker than Talladega International Superspeedway. So these drivers experiencing speeds and loads in the corner like they haven't seen so far this season. We're going to see some stuff that we haven't seen so far this season either. I would expect to see some big things happening here at Monza. It is quite a track, to say the least. Pretty rough go at it for a handful of drivers. In happy hour, we see a few drivers struggling out there with those final few changes, and as the final few seconds roll off, the stopwatch here and the warm-up driver is going to be called to pit road, and we will get set to kick things off for you for the first time here tonight for race number 8 with the Blown Piston Racing League's Class Series live from Monza. And as the track falls silent, drivers making their way through pre-race inspection, everybody begins to line up on the starting grid, and we're going to get set to kick things off here tonight from Monza in race number 8. Out of the 10-week regular season for the Blown Piston Racing League's Class Series, as the final drivers make their way to the starting grid, and we hear those familiar bells and sounds in the background, you know, it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup for the Monza 80 right here from Monza, inside row number 1. With your pole position snatching the U.S. Veterans Pole Award moments ago, the 44 of Curtis Kelly. Roger Rios in the 5 will line up just to his outside. Back in row 2 here tonight, the 43 of A.J. Green and the 13 of Jim Thorndike. Anthony Keys and Scott Wise will make up row 3. Row number 4 here tonight from Monza, the 15 of Jacob Drift in the 03 of Kenny McCullough. John Finley and the 26 of Michael Sham back in row number 5, and rounding out your top 10 back in 11th starting position, the 88 of Anthony Handley. Just to his outside, Andrew Mraz. Back in row number 7 here tonight, the 53 of Jeremy Brooks, followed by the 22 of Jason Branch, Jordan Berry, and Frank Reese in row 8. Row number 9 tonight, the 7 of Tyler Davala. And Christopher McCullough and his 60 machine will start in the 18th starting position. Back in 19th tonight, the 77 of Andrew Moore, followed by the 17 of Casey Duncan. Ryan Nicoletta and Jimmy McKee back in row number 11. Row 12 here tonight, Brendan Freeze. Last week's race winner at New Smyrna Speedway, the 52 of Kevin Dick. Ryan Branchew, Corbin Simmons back in row number 13. Rounding out the field here tonight will be the 17 of Casey Duncan. That's gonna pretty much be it. That's all it's gonna be for your starting lineup. A few drivers electing to start from pit road. It is going to be a long night on our hands here tonight. Are you ready to go racing in Italy? That's right, here we go. Drivers going to make their way off of turn number 4, and as the music begins to fade, we're going to begin to hear those engines come to life. We're going to hear the crowds roar, and it's going to be time to go green flag racing here from Monza. Pace car makes that left-hand turn for the first time, and here comes Curtis Kelly. And here we go. Green flag flies for the first time here tonight from Monza. Kelly up through the gears with AJ Green and Roger Rios right there. Anthony Keys is still in touch. Everybody makes their way through turn 1 nice and easy. Nobody having any issues as of yet. Close quarters racing here. That's going to be the theme all night long. These corners very tricky. The track does not open up very wide here for these drivers. So while you want to bump track, while you want to go 2-3 wide down the front and back stretches, very important to watch your steps. And we've got a caution flag for the first time already here tonight. The Superior Templeton caution flag coming out. Looks like some drivers with some trouble. Frank Reese may have been caught up and involved in our first on-track incident here tonight. What do you say we check the replay? Trying to see what happened with Frank Reese, and there it is, 2-3, 4 wide. Oh my gosh! Coming up after the fact and clean up aisle 4. Looks like Corbin Simmons in the 10 machine also caught up and involved in that one late, playing cleanup here. Big tough lick into the guardrail down the back stretch, and that's going to put Frank Reese back behind pit wall. Corbin Simmons going to join him after collecting himself up late in this one. Looks like Jim Thorndike also having some electrical issues, stuck on pit road, missing the start here tonight. So Thorndike also going to fall off of the lead lap, and it's going to be tough, hard pressed to bring yourself back. Once you get multiple laps down here tonight at Monza, it is going to be very tough for you to navigate your way back to the front of the field, back to race contention. If you want trouble, you do want it to happen, and you do want it to happen early. That way you give yourself as much time to recover as possible. But you never want to have trouble at a restrictor plate race, because typically that is going to be some big time damage control here. It looks like a handful of drivers are electing to take this opportunity to go ahead and come down pit road, get some tires, maybe some, well, get some fuel, maybe some tires here. Caution flag coming out just as we began lap number 2, so just one lap officially in the books here tonight from the Blown Piston Racing League's Class Series, brought to you by Banner Construction. A lot of drivers down to pit road. Your top 12 going to stay out on the track, elect to stay out and take track position over fuel and tires. And it does look like Kenny McCullough looks like he did indeed get 4 tires and fuel. He's going to be in his pit box for 15 seconds. Looks like right side tires and fuel for a handful of drivers as they now make their way off of pit road and back onto the track. Front of the field, behind the Ford Mustang pace car. And back down the backstretch, we should see the one to go this time around from the boss man and the flag stand. We'll get ready to go back green flag racing right here from Monza. Very early in tonight's race, so nobody receiving the YJ Esports Lucky Dog just yet. Your U.S. Veterans Poll Award winner here tonight, already falling out of the top spot on the restart. Curtis Kelly. On the initial start of the race, Kelly lost position. For a moment was able and fortunate enough to get himself back out front before that first superior templating caution flag flew. And he will restart the race back in the front. He'll have the 43 of AJ Green tucked in line right behind him. Anthony Keys, Jacob Branch, Jacob Drift also starting in that fourth position. Jeremy Brooks, Jordan Berry, Anthony Handley, Kevin Dick, and Ryan Nicoletta round out the top 10 for the latest restart as the pace car lights have gone out. We're ready to go back. Green flag racing this time by. This is going to be another very important restart. Every restart is going to be important. But this one just about 12 laps away from the end of stage number 1, coming out at lap number 16. So drivers are already eyeballing some bonus points, already eyeballing a chance to pad their back pockets with some extra bonus points as they enter the Championship 16 and the Championship Chase rundown here this season for the Blown Piston Racing League's Class Series, presented to you by Banner Construction. And we've got to ask ourselves too as well. We know Andrew Moore, he's well and ahead of the field in the bonus points category. Where is he running here tonight? He is all the way back outside of your top 15. He will restart back in 17. A big name driver caught up involved in that latest incident as well. Andrew Mraz has a little bit of trouble. He's still in his pit box. Damage control mode underway for the 4 of Mraz. Field off of turn 4. Pace car will make the left-hand turn, and we will go back. Green flag racing once again live here from Monza. There goes the pace car, and wait for it, and green flag flies as Curtis Kelly nails the gas. We go back to the green flag. Jacob Drift gonna grab that second position away from AJ Green. It'll be a fight for second for the time being. Close out, into the outside. Armco barrier goes that 15 of Jacob Drift. The 14 down on the inside of the racetrack. Anthony Keys trying to make something happen down there on the apron. Going to be very close. Got to be careful as drivers fan out to 3 wide on the backstretch. Everybody jockeying for a position, everybody looking for that double yellow line, getting back into these corners, because as this track goes through the corners, it does narrow up quite a bit, and you got to be careful about where you put those left side tires getting into these corners, these bank corners. Much different of an approach into the corner than anything we see over here in the States. And for the time being, now snatching that New Age Limited Speed Demon Award, that's going to go to the 43 of AJ Green. AJ running a 49.92 here in race trim. He's going to snatch the New Age Limited Speed Demon Award for the time being. Your biggest mover of the race so far here tonight, the 52 of Kevin Dick. He's up 17 positions. He's in control of the Top Groove Horn Charger Award for the time being. Curtis Kelly, your race leader, your pole sitter, continues to stay out up front. AJ Green all over him. We'll jump around a little bit trying to see if we can't see any more action out there tonight, as it looks like Jeremy Brooks with some trouble. Where's Brooks going? Looks like he almost went down pit lane, and indeed may have went down pit lane. Tough break off of turn 4. It looks like that's going to be the trouble spot. Looks like that's going to be where a lot of this action happens, as the 60 of Christopher McCullough going to run a 45-42. That's going to put him in control of that New Age Limited Speed Demon Award. Lap number 7 now underway. Take a look at the top 2 as they make their way through turns 3 and 4. There's Curtis Kelly, AJ Green. beginning to step away from the field. They've got themselves a 1.2 second advantage over Anthony Keys and Jordan Berry. So your top two, little bit of tandem drafting, and they're starting to break away from the field behind. Look at the banking. Look at how narrow this track is through these corners. These cars, not a lot of room to run side by side. Not a lot of room to go three wide down the backstretch as well before the track funnels back up into turn number 3 and into turn number 1 after the front stretch. So very calculated maneuvers, very patient racing. You're gonna have to be patient with your passes here tonight at Monza, and we can slowly begin to see small groups developing. 2-car breakaway at the front is 3 cars lined up after that. Jordan Berry, Anthony Keys, Kevin Dick all running right here, all 3 in a line. And it's a 5-car pack right behind Kevin Dick in at 52, Jacob Drift, Jason Branch, Christopher McCullough, Ryan Branchew, Roger Rios Mateus. Right there rounding out the tail end of that next pack. And I think that's going to be what it's going to take. It's going to take smaller groups to get packed up and running with each other to make the laps around here. It's going to be hard-pressed to catch up once drivers do make their way out with a gap. You can see right there. Oh, and we've got a leapfrog attempt right there. Did you see the move right there? Kevin Dick able to leapfrog Anthony Keys. Keys going to drop back to that 5th position. Give 4th to Kevin Dick, and he's going to push on the tail end of Jordan Berry, trying to make up that gap to your race leader, your pole sitter, Curtis Kelly, and AJ Green at the front of this field with a 2.5 second advantage. As that 5-car group begins to reel in the 3-car group, we're going to have 8 drivers lined up running with each other. We'll see if they can run down those top 2 breaking away at the front of the field. Lap number 11 goes on the board. This time around, we've got ourselves just another 5 laps before we see stage 1 come to a close. Who's going to walk away with the Wise Guy Racing Graphics stage 1 win here tonight? Curtis Kelly in control, with AJ Green right behind him, up 12 positions in. Oh my goodness, here we go. Trouble on the backstretch. Trouble on the backstretch. Ryan Branchew involved. Jordan Berry involved. Ooh, my. That one looked a little rough. Let's see if we can go back, see what happened on the replay. Let's go check out and see what the problems were for Jordan Berry as he was making his way off of turn number 2. All the drivers making their way through 1 and 2. Here's an up-close shot off of turn number 2. And oh my gosh, for a ride goes Branchew. For a ride goes that 51. How about the drivers snaking their way through there? Just like that. Trouble on the track. Second superior templating caution flag going to fly for the second time here tonight, and drivers will come to a crawl back behind that iRacing Ford Mustang pace car. And AJ Green, we've seen it time and time again here in the Blown Piston Racing League's Class Series. If you're able to walk away with that U.S. Veterans Pole Award, you can give yourself a shot at dominating stage number 1. We've seen multiple pole sitters dominate stage number 1. We've seen a few be able to translate that into pace in stage 2 as well as the final stage and walk away with a checkered flag. But we also have seen your pole sitter, your stage 1 winner, have trouble. Will we see a sweep here tonight from across the pond in Monza? What will drivers do as pit road has opened up just about 4 laps away from the stage break? I wouldn't expect to see very many drivers come to pit road. We'll see what the front of the field does. The drivers trying to play some games trying to trick a few drivers to come down pit road. Looks like a handful of drivers do elect to go ahead and come down pit road here on lap number 13. Kenny McCullough, Scott Wise, Brandon Fries, Ryan Branchew, Jimmy McKee, Kevin Blookma, Casey Duncan, and Jordan Berry all to pit road this time by. As the field begins to catch back up to the pack at the front, we're going to go back green flag racing once again here from Monza. Next time around, the boss man in the flag stand will be waving the one finger at him. It's going to be one to go this next time around. What a beautiful shot that is as drivers make their way over the tunnel. How about this, race fans? Gotta go take a look at this driver right here inside that Facebook custom paints and die cast machine. Kevin started way outside of your top 20. Started all the way almost in 25th. Up 21 positions so far here tonight, and he's done that all in stage number 1. Right now in solid control of the Top Crew Hard Charger Award is that 52 of Kevin, so he's going to look to pad his back pocket a little bit more as well before we leave Monza. And we're going to get set to see the one to go this time by. We're going to have a green-white checkered finish here in stage number 1. As the field double files behind the iRacing Ford Mustang pace car, we're ready to go back green flag racing this time by. 27 drivers to the starting grid here tonight. We have got 5 drivers already down and out of tonight's race here at Monza. A handful more drivers still on pit road trying to fix up their machines. Christopher McCullough and Jordan Berry going to be hard-pressed to get their machines back out there and on the track. Well, we've still got a long way to go. We've still got quite a time here in stage 1. Almost 3.5 miles to decide who will walk away with a Wise Guy Racing Graphics Stage 1 win. Who's it going to be? Will it be your U.S. Veterans Pole Award winner here tonight? Curtis Kelly will lead the field off of 4. As the pace car ducks off, we're ready to kick things off once again, and here we go. Green flag flies as Kelly nails the gas. AJ Green with a great start right there to his inside. Green not allowing him to get away, not allowing him to shake the field off. Kennedy gonna fall behind back in that 3rd position. Anthony Keys in 4th. Jason Branch still runs in 5th. Close racing action, and they touch at the front. That's going to bring the 52 of Kevin Dick right up behind him, off of the track and in the grass is AJ Green trying to keep that top spot. Kelly gonna lose the top spot to AJ Green. Now he's gonna have to deal with Kevin Dick. AJ Green looking to snatch the stage 1 win. He's out front all alone. Got himself about a car and a half race length, but look at the draft. They're gonna chase him down the front stretch. And it's gonna be Curtis Kelly back at the point by the time they hit turn 1, way up the track. Way up the track runs Kelly. That's going to force AJ Green up the track as well. Green giving up that top spot. Now going to look to the inside. Not going to have the room to make that one work. He wants to go fast in that sponsored 43. Channeling his inner Ricky Bobby. And here we go through 3 and 4 for the final time here in stage number 1. He's going to be at the line. Coming to the stage break. Walking away with the Wise Guy Racing Graphics stage 1 win, crossing the line. Curtis Kelly gonna grab the stage win here at Monza. Job well done. Lost that race lead on the restart and was able to keep his composure and run up there and snatch that Wise Guy Racing Graphics stage 1 win. So he'll have a handful of playoff points in his back pocket to go with the U.S. Veterans Pole Award that he's already walked away with here tonight. What a run to the end of stage number 1. And as the superior tempo caution flag comes out for the 3rd time here tonight, drivers will begin to bunch up in pit road. We'll open up next time around. And we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break, pay a few bills. You know how all that goes, race fans. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back live here from Monza.
got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Looks like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
And back trackside as the field makes their way through turns 3 and 4. Doubled up, ready to go back, green flag, ready to go back, green flag racing, making their way through turn 1 and 2. We do apologize. Down the back stretch now, Scott Wise will lead the field back to the green. A little bit of a strategy play coming out here tonight for Monza. Scott Wise going to elect to stay out under our latest caution. He came to pit road under our second caution flag here tonight. So he was on pit road, got 4 fresh tires and fuel back at lap number 12. A little bit less time on the tires for the drivers out in lineup behind him. Curtis Kelly, AJ Green, Kevin Dick, and Roger Rios round out your top 5. They were all down to pit road under our stage break. "20 laps before we see the stage come to an end here at Monza to see who can put a few more bonus points in their back pocket, walk away with the custom paints and diecast stage number 2 win. It's a long way until we get there. Scott Wise and Curtis Kelly on the front row for the restart pace car, already down and away. On the gas and green flag flies once again here at Monza. No front clip on the 31, and he's going to lose that top spot before they get to turn number 1. Scott Wise going to drop back to second. Curtis Kelly back to the point. Too wide on corner exit. That's going to be a little bit sketchy there. The 43 of AJ Green and Kevin Dick going side by side on corner exit. Will go to almost 3 wide. Getting down into turn number 3. Scott Wise maintaining that second position side by side for Dick and Green. Roger Rios and Kenny McCullough lined up just behind them. The 03 looking for some position, looking for some help. Not gonna get it. As the 5 of Rios breaks away and walks away. Jim McKee and McCullough now gonna battle it out for that 6th and 7th spot on the speedway. Side by side battle for second as Scott Wise still tries to keep that second spot, but with no front clip, he's gonna be no match for AJ Green. Roger Rios and Kevin Dick all going to go around him on the inside back into turn number 3, and he's going to drop from second all the way to 5th. Drivers behind them looking like they're just trying to make a handful of laps, get some laps in their back pockets, and get this stage number 2 rolling well here tonight. Side by side racing action now as Roger Rios Mateus takes a look to the inside. He'll have the inside down into turn number 1. Doesn't have the momentum to make the pass work just yet. AJ Green keeps second for now. Gonna jump around the track just a little bit. What do you say? Check out a handful of drivers out there. Ryan Nicoletta lined up with Kenny McCullough. He's got Jimmy McKee. Anthony McKee's right behind him as well. 14 gonna take that 9th position away. He's gonna look for a handful more. Tyler Davala right there in that 7 machine. He sits in 11th. He's looking for another spot or 2 on track. Andrew Mraz, Christopher McCullough, Jim Thorndike all back out on track after extended stays on pit road. They were all multiple laps down. And it looks like we got a driver with some trouble. Curtis Kelly may have had some trouble. Oh no! I believe Scott Wise caught up involved in this one. Kevin Dick also caught up involved. AJ Green with trouble. Oh my gosh. Let's go see what happened. Let's go see what brought out this car. Oh my gosh. We got a driver upside down flipping. That is some big time trouble. Let's see if we can get a better look at it. Oh my gosh, and it looked like, oh man, I can't even speculate what seemed to be going on right there. There was a lot of action going on. Ooh, that is some big time trouble for a handful of drivers. There you can see limping around right now. That is, I believe, the 6 of Ryan Branchew. Barely under power. No, that's the 85 of Kevin Blokma, I believe. Yes, it is. That's the 85 of Kevin Blokma. Heavy damage on the 85. Heavy damage for the driver that walked away with the U.S. Veterans Pole Award here tonight. Also walked away with the Wise Guy Racing Graphics Stage 1 win. Curtis Kelly on pit road caught up, involved in our latest on-track incident here at Monza. Caution number 4 on the evening, and we will bring the field back to a crawl, back behind the iRacing base car. Man, what a hit that was for Curtis Kelly. The 52 of Kevin Dick also caught up and involved in that latest one. Handful of drivers. We'll take a look at the list. Curtis Kelly, Kevin Dick also caught up and involved. AJ Green, Scott Wise catching a piece of this one. Kenny McCullough also coming in late, grabbing a piece on the tail end. And just look how busy pit road is. One driver receiving the YJ Esports lucky dog. That's going to be, I believe, Andrew Mraz. He's going to stay out. He's going to receive his YJ Esports lucky dog. And he's going to get himself a little bit closer to getting back on the lead lap. Still listed 4 laps down as they go. But every lap back counts. Every lap back matters. And Mraz going to be on the lucky end of the YJ Esports lucky dog. We'll go back up front with your race leader. Roger Rios, for the first time here tonight, leads the field at Monza. as drivers make their way off of pit road and around the pace car. One driver receiving the wave around. We're going to get set to go back. Green flag racing this time by. The pace car lights have went out on the iRacing Ford Mustang, and it is time to go back. Green flag racing here from Monza for the latest restart on the row number 1. Roger Rios will bring the field to the green flag. He'll have the 77 of Andrew Moore just to his outside. Ryan Nicoletta and John Finley back in row 2. Row number 3 for the restart. Anthony Keys in the 17 of Casey Duncan, Jimmy McKee, Jason Branch back in row 4. Row number 5 for the latest restart here tonight from Monza in the Blown Piston Racing League's Clash Series. Tyler Davala and Jacob Drift will round out your top 10 for the restart here. We're going to get down to the final 14 laps here in stage number 2. Who's going to walk away with the Facebook Custom Paints and Diecast stage number 2 win? Will it be Rios? Will it be Moore? Will we see somebody come from a little further behind in the field? Can John Finley, maybe Ryan Nicoletta, can they come up and shake things up and snatch the Facebook Custom Paints and Diecast Stage 2 win? Let's wait to see. We're gonna have to wait and see. And who you got out there in TV land? Let's hear the picks. We're already narrowing the field down a little bit for you here tonight. Already just 13 drivers left on the lead lap. So let's see it out there on the chat. Who you got tonight? My pick is still out there. Jason Branch. I believe we're going to see that 22 up near the front of the field by the time we get to the end of tonight's race. He's been quiet all night. Restarts in 7th. And we're going to get set to go back. Green flag racing this time by. On the gas early, and green flag flies as Mateus gets up through the gears. He's going to leave Andrew Moore sitting still on the restart, and Ryan Nicoletta gets a great jump. Your top 2 well in front of this field. Gaunt sleeping on the restart with the 77 Ford Mustang of Andrew Moore. That's going to back up the field. John Finley, Anthony Keys, Casey Duncan, Jason Branch, all single file. Everybody trying to chase back down those top 2 drivers. Wander Rios and Ryan Nicoletta back down through turn number 3. Going to come through the center of the corner and into turn 4 now. Roger Rios still leads them all. Out to a big jump on the start, on the restart, but right there you see the speed from behind. Andrew Moore has reeled him in. They have caught back up. Andrew Moore brings Anthony Keys and John Finley right on along with him. Scott Wise has some trouble near the tail end of the field. 31 has some issues, and he's going to be off track. He's going to get things going. Back on track now. Wise struggling after being in the front of the field. The 31 machine having some late race issues. We're coming around to take lap number 30 out of the 80 scheduled in tonight's official race distance right here in race number 8 for the Blown Piston Racing League's Class Series. Andrew Moore across the stripe. He's going to be a solid 3rd position right now. 14 of Anthony Keys tucked in line with him. Casey Duncan, where'd he come from? He's up 14 positions from where he started tonight's race. All the way back in that 20th position. He's now running in 6th. Monza proving a tough track for a handful of drivers here tonight. Already 9 drivers down and out of tonight's race out of the 28 that took to the starting grid here tonight. So that's going to leave us with a short field. Even shorter is the list of drivers that are left on the lead lap. We work our way around the track on lap number 31 out of the 80 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. And we are now down to just 12 drivers left on the lead lap. The 21 of Brandon Freeze listed as the last driver on the lead lap. as we begin to close in on the end of stage number 2. Who's going to walk away with the custom paints in die-cast stage 2 win? Will it be Roger Rios at the front of the field? Ryan Nicoletta tucked in line right behind him. 77 of Andrew Moore. How about Anthony Keys? Can we see a run from third on back to get to the point? We haven't seen a run come from that far back just yet. Will drivers be willing to risk it early for some stage points? Maybe put themselves in an peculiar situation before the end of tonight's race. Do have a big breakaway at the front of the field. 7 drivers at the front breaking away. Jason Branch falling 2.5 seconds off of this race lead back in the 8th spot. He's got Kevin Dick, Jacob Drift, Tyler Duvall, and Brandon Freeze all in line with him. First pack at the front of the field, they seem to have things figured out, seem to be content with running single file for the moment. So we're going to jump back here with this second pack. Jason Branch, Kevin Dick, and Jacob Drift all tucked up, lined up with each other. There you can see Tyler Davala in that 7 machine struggling to keep pace with the 3 drivers in front of him. And I think this is going to be a close one coming to the end of stage number 2. You've got John Finley and Casey Duncan, who are kind of in no man's land right now, running 5th and 6th on the track. Jimmy McKee, Jason Branch, they're all going to catch up with Casey Duncan now. There you can see that 99 being stuck on the high side. Going to lose a handful of positions. Jimmy McKee going to drop from 7th all the way to 11th. And the hard charge near the front of the field continues. Jason Branch now up to 7th. Casey Duncan still sitting in 6th. No changes at the front of the field as we go back to that lead pack. Roger Rios continues to lead him through 3 and 4. Nose to tail at the front of the field with just about 6 laps remaining here in stage number 2. Roger Rios Mateus leads the field. Ryan Nicoletta right behind him. Andrew Moore, Anthony Keys, John Finley round out your top 5. Top 5 all nose to tail around this 2.6 mile speedway over here in Monza, Italy. Drivers tearing up the pavement here tonight in the Blown Piston Racing League's Class Series, brought to you by Banner Construction. Race number 8 just about at the halfway point. Championship implications on the line here tonight as we get closer to the end of the 10-week regular season. Drivers on the outside. Oh my goodness, and Ryan Nicoletta goes for a ride. Ryan Nicoletta goes for a ride from 2nd place. He's going to go all the way down pit lane, and he's going to lose, I would expect, at least 1, possibly 2 laps with this little slip up off of turn number 4. And a night that was going oh so well has now begun to have an uphill climb for that 59 of Ryan Nicoletta. Still a lot of time to recover, still a lot of time to get back up near the front of the field. He's going to have to hope that he gets his hands on one of those YJ Esports lucky dogs to have himself back into contention. With just 3 laps remaining here in stage number 2, does anybody have what it takes to give Roger Rios a run for his money for the stage win? Will Andrew Moore be happy, be content to just stay there in that second position? How about Anthony Keys? Maybe we see a move from fourth out of John Findlay. What's going to go on? What's going to happen? How's it all going to go down right now with that Top Groove Hard Charger Award? It's going to be a tie for that Hard Charger Award right now. The man running in second in that 77 Ford Mustang, Andrew Moore, up 17 positions from where he started tonight's race. And that's going to tie the 52 of Kevin Dick, who sits in 17th. Who sits in 7th. Also up 17 positions here tonight as popsicle sticks on display for the stage break here in Monza. Your top 4 drivers all nose to tail through 3 and 4. Will come around on corner exit. We'll look at the start finish line, and we'll have just 1 lap to go for the stage end. Who's going to walk away with it? Who will grab the Facebook Custom Paints and Diecast stage number 2 when Roger Rios leads the field? Andrew Moore tucked in line right behind him. John Findlay and Anthony Keys falling off a little bit. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to charge. Doesn't look like they're going to have a chance to walk away with the stage win. They're reeling them in halfway down the backstretch. Not going to get there by turn 3. It's going to be all up to Andrew Moore at the front of the field to try to dethrone Rios at the front. Off of turn 4 for the final time in stage 2. And we've got another driver off of 4 going around. Roger Rios going to take the green and white checkered flag, crossing the line to end stage number 2. Roger Rios walks away with the Facebook Custom Paints and Diecast stage number 2. And we stay green flag for the moment here. Stage number 2 going to come to a close now as drivers have made their way across the start finish line. What a run there for Roger Rios at the front of the field, snatching the Facebook Custom Paints and Diecast stage number 2 win. He's going to bring the field back behind the pace car. A little bit of a ways to catch up with that iRacing pace car. Keeping the field at bay. It's at the top of the speedway. The 5 of Roger Rios brings that superior templating sponsored Chevy ZL1 Camaro to the front, and he's going to snatch away the Facebook Custom Paints and Diecast stage win. Stage number 2 belongs to Rios. And as we're back behind the pace car for the stage break, we're going to get set. You're ready to go to a brief commercial break. Let these drivers go down pit road and handle their business. Let the crews do what they need to get done. 4 tires will be on tap for the majority of the field here tonight. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back live from Monza. Back trackside as the field works their way off of turn number 4. We will receive the one to go this time around. Fresh face back at the front once again. The custom paints and diecast sponsored 52 of Kevin Dick gonna stay at the front of the field. And it looks like he will bring the field back to the green flag. Roger Rios will start just to his outside. Andrew Moore, Jason Branch back in row number 2 for the restart. Anthony Keys and Jimmy McKee will make up row number 3. A few drivers beaten and battered, receiving some wave arounds here. They'll go around the track and catch up to the tail end of the field, and we will get set to fire things back off this time around. Only 9 drivers are left on the lead lap now with less than 40 laps to go. We are just past the halfway point. A little bit of house cleaning in order for you here tonight from Monza in the Blown Piston Racing League's Class Series, presented to you by Banner Construction. 28 drivers took to the starting grid. We are down to just about 18 drivers left out there on the track with only 9 left on the lead lap. So Monza, not anything to take lightly. Very treacherous track. These corner exits very loose. The back end of the cars get extremely light, especially on the low fuel loads. Will we see drivers have late race trouble? Will we see our first round of green flag pit stops with less than 40 laps to go before the checkered flag? Who's got what it takes to park it in victory lane? Will it be another new first-time winner here this season, or will we see our first repeat winner of the year? So far, 7 races in the bag, 7 different race winners. Kevin Dick, he's still searching for victory lane. He's still trying to find the checkered flag for the first time. He'll start inside row number 1 with the race control. Off of 4, onto the front stretch for the fans in the stands on their feet. Sold out, packed house across the pond here at Monza. Fans all making their way to the Autodromo Nacional Monza for tonight's Blown Piston Racing League's Clash Series. And on the gas, here we go. Green flag flies once again here from Monza back into turn number 1, and it looks like Kevin Dick, no struggles keeping that top spot away. Roger Rios will slide in line back in second. Andrew Moore still in third. Jason Branch now inside the top 5. Branch runs in 4th. Nose to tail at the front of the field. I would expect to see a little bit more single file racing action here at the front of this field, as we are now down to just 9 drivers on the lead lap. Your top 9 all within a second and a half of each other. A little bit of gaps to beginning to develop at the tail end of this lead pack, from Tyler Davala back to Brandon Freeze, as well as Jacob Drift beginning to fall off pace just a little bit here. Tail end of the lead pack there. You can see the gap, about a 4-car length gap back from Brandon Freeze to the front end of the 15 of Jacob Drift. Drift has got to be careful not to lose this draft. We see drivers jockeying for position. Here goes Roger Rios to the bottom. He's going to force Kevin Dick to the high side, and he's going to take that top spot away. And the 52 in the outside wall. 52 into the outside wall. Oh, contact. The 7 goes down pit road. Tyler Davala and Anthony Keys forced down pit road after contact. Will stay green flag here at Monza as 2 drivers wreck down pit lane. When's the last time you've seen 2 drivers, I don't want to call it synchronized spinning, but trouble off the corner exit for the 14, and that caught up the 7 of Davala as well, and both of those drivers along for the ride down pit road. I would elect or I would expect to say that they probably got a speeding penalty out of that one, as well as now your top two have broken away. Roger Rios leads Andrew Moore. They've got themselves 2 seconds over Jason Branch, Kevin Dick, Jimmy McKee, and Brandon Freeze, all in line, all trying to chase down your top two, working off of turn number 2. It's a who's who near the front of the field for that Top Groove Hard Charger Award. It's a 3-way tie for 17 positions gained here tonight. Andrew Moore and Jimmy McKee and Brandon Freeze all gaining 17 spots so far here tonight. But the man inside that 52 machine, Kevin Dick, we've seen him in his custom paints and die-cast machine have some trouble. Hit the outside wall. He's going to lose a spot now. He's going to lose a second position to Brandon Freeze, and that's going to put it at a 3-way tie. 18 positions gained here for Kevin Dick, Brandon Freeze, and Jimmy McKee, so that Top Groove Hard Charger Award still up for grabs, but it doesn't look like anybody going to do anything with the Speed Demon here tonight, snatching that new age limited Speed Demon award out of tonight's race, unfortunately very early, but laying down the fast time of the race of 45:06 on the stopwatch for the 60 of Christopher McCullough. Driver's going to be hard pressed to duplicate that fast lap, as now Kevin Dick loses the draft and he's going to drop from contention. Man, all alone, 2.5 seconds in front, 2.5 seconds behind him to the next driver. Kevin Dick now in no man's land. Back to the battle at the front, though. Your top two, Roger Rios and Andrew Moore, still nose to tail. They are beginning to gain some time over third and fourth. Jason Branch now almost 4 seconds back. So this tandem at the front, they've got it figured out. They know what they're doing, and they're heading off into the sunset. Just about 31 laps remaining. 30 when we cross the line this time by. Back down the backstretch, and already that gap going from almost 4 seconds now to 4.5 seconds. Third place runner Jason Branch, he's lined up, has 2 cars behind him helping him out with the draft. Jimmy McKee and Brandon Freeze. It looks like these three are going to have to work together for the rest of the race if they're going to try to run down those top 2 drivers at the front of this field. But what we've got looming in the air in front of us, though, are green flag pit stops with the field spread out, with the field stretched out. Only 7 drivers left on the lead lap now. Will we see our first round of green flag pit stops? Will we see these drivers be able to get the cars slowed up enough and stay in control as they work their way off of turn 4 and down pit road? Pit road entry, very treacherous here at Monza. You're wound up 200 plus miles an hour coming off of this corner exit. Take a look right here. And right there, you already got to get on the binders and down to the left-hand side of the screen and get it woed up to pit road speed. It is going to be hard-pressed for these drivers to get a green flag pit stop in without any trouble, so we're going to keep our eye on that one as we work our way around the track. Lap number 53 out of 80 scheduled here tonight, live from Monza. We'll jump around the field for just a moment. We'll go ahead and get that Stage 2 winner logo off of the screen for you. Walking away with that Facebook Custom Paints and Diecast Stage number 2 win is your race leader, the 5 of Roger Rios. He looks to put another race win in his back pocket. Your top 2 have been to victory lane already so far this season. Will we see our first repeat winner, or will we see a new race winner once again Inside of your top 5, we've got 2 drivers that have yet to visit victory lane. Jason Branch running right here in 3rd, and Brandon Fries in that 21 machine sits in 5th. He's looking for his first race win of the year as well. Both of these drivers looking to lock themselves in to that championship 16. Once you get the race win, you don't have to worry. You are locked in. And with a lot of drivers having big trouble here tonight, that top 16 in the championship, it's going to get jumbled. It's going to get mixed up. There's going to be a big time shakeup in the point standings as we get set to head to Texas for race number 9 next Sunday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. If you're looking for a great league to get a hold of and run some laps with, well, look no further than right here with the Blown Piston Racing Leagues. You can find them on Facebook.com, also iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. You head on over to that league directory page, type in Blown Piston Racing Leagues, get a hold of one of these admins and race officials, and you can find yourself mixing it up with the big boys on the track, whether it be Friday night in the truck series or right here each and every Sunday night on the Turn 3 Racing Network with the Blown Piston Racing Leagues Class Series. If you're looking for some hard-nosed, hard-fought action on a Sunday night, look no further than Blown Piston Racing League. While you're here, while you're at it out in the chat, race fans, if you haven't already, continue to support that quest to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and drop them that thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave of the Cave, or anybody else back. Oh, and contact trouble on the track. Or anybody else at the Turn 3 headquarters, trouble on the track. More trouble. Jason Branch gonna go around. 99 of Jimmy McKee has some trouble. And the list of drivers with struggles continues to grow. The 22 of Jason Branch, trouble after contact in turn 4. Branch goes around and down the pit lane. Branch will fall out of contention for the race win here tonight. Tough break there for that 22 of Jason Branch, and now that race lead continues to grow. The tandem draft has worked out. Roger Rios and Andrew Moore have absolutely throttled this field. With less than 25 laps to go, Roger Rios and Andrew Moore out to an 11-second advantage over Brandon Fries and Jimmy McKee sitting 3rd and 4th on the track. Big gaps back from Fries to McKee, so no draft help going on for the 21 or the 99, and that's going to continue to allow Roger Rios and Andrew Moore to step further away from this field. And now coming through 3 and 4, coming down to just 22 laps to go. Jason Branch has fallen off of the lead lap, listed as the YJ Esports Lucky Dog recipient right now. 2 laps down. And man, it's going to be hard pressed to get 2 laps back with just 6 drivers now left on the lead lap. When will your top 2 elect to come to pit road and get enough fuel to make it to the end? It's a 2-car shootout here at Monza. And Jimmy McKee has some trouble. Jimmy McKee with trouble on the track. Jacob Drift also with some issues. He's going to go off track. McKee down to pit road this time around. Oh my goodness, we continue to see drivers struggle late in the run. It looks like the old tires and the light fuel load really bringing some trouble to the forefront for these drivers here at Monza. Roger Rios and Andrew Moore at the front of the field. They're not experiencing any trouble. They've got themselves a 14-second advantage over third place runner Brandon Fries. But Oh, Roger Rios, big time trouble through 3. Big moment there through turn number 3 for Roger Rios. He's going to give up almost a 1 second advantage now to Andrew Moore, who is all alone with just 20 laps to go here from Monza. Jacob Drift and Jimmy McKee both going to fall off of the lead lap this time around. Field beginning to get smaller and smaller as the mistakes begin to pile up for multiple drivers here tonight. Looks like upwards of 15 drivers down and out of tonight's race. Off track, Monza has not been friendly. It has not been a very productive trip across the pond for a handful of these Blown Piston Racing League's Class Series drivers here tonight. A lot of drivers caught up and involved, and out of tonight's race we have a handful of drivers that are still out there soldiering on. Heavy sustained damage. Max Williams in the 8 machine, heavy damage on that 8 machine, but he is still out there trying to get all that he can get. Williams running in the 18th position right now. Corbin Simmons, also one of the drivers, trying to scratch and claw every point he can. The 10 machine runs back in 22nd, up 5 spots from where he started tonight's race. May be able to pick up a handful more positions by the end of tonight's race. Ryan Nicoletta, Ryan Branchu, KC Duncan, John Finley, Kevin Blokma, all still down on pit road, all still trying to fix their machines. Jason Branch, Jim Thorndike, Anthony Keys, Tyler Davala, those 4 drivers also still relegated to pit road, trying to fix their machines before they can get back out on the track. And now we are down to just 4. The final 4 at Monza that are on the lead lap. Andrew Moore, Roger Rios, Brandon Fries, and Kevin Dick round out the drivers on the lead lap at the front of the field. Big gap back, though. You can see it right there on the timing and scoring, race fans. Almost a 20-second deficit for Brandon Fries to try to overcome. He's going to have to hope that these top 2 have some trouble coming to pit road for their green flag pit stops. Nineteen and a half seconds back from second to third, another 16 seconds back from third to fourth. It is all in the hands of Andrew Moore and Roger Rios at this moment. If you're these top 2 drivers, you've got your crew chief, your spotter in your ear letting you know what the situation is out there on the track. What do? Do you back off a little and not really push the envelope, just trying to make it through these last, I would say, maybe 14 laps or so before you get really going, racing for that overall race win? Or do you throw caution to the wind and go ahead and say, well, let's see what happens? And right now, it looks like these 2 drivers, they are not, I don't want to say they're not playing nice, but they are definitely not playing the safe game right here. Roger Rios Mateos in that second position walked away with the custom paints and die-cast stage 2 win. He's looking for his second checkered flag on the year. Andrew Moore in that 77 machine, he's looking to pad his back pocket with a handful more bonus points. He's looking for his second checkered flag of the year as well. So it looks like tonight we will crown our first multiple race winner here in the Blown Piston Racing League's Class Series, brought to you by Banner Construction. And there you go. Nice and easy to pit road. Look at the pit road entry there for that 77 and the 5 of Roger Rios. Brandon Fries, last driver on the lead lap. What does Freeze do? He's just now making his way through 3 and 4. And you know, if you're this 21 at this point in time, you gotta just hope that those top 2 drivers have some trouble running with each other. And Freeze gonna go ahead and come to pit road this time around. That's gonna put the 52 of Kevin Hick back onto the lead lap as Andrew Moore and Roger Rios race off of pit road. Moore keeps the race lead for the time being. Drag racing side by side through turns 1 and 2, and Roger Rios grabbed the top spot back. By the time they get back to the backstretch once again, 52 Facebook Custom Paints and Diecast sponsored Chevy ZL1 Camaro of Kevin Hick just off in the foreground, got himself back onto the lead lap, but he will fall back off of the lead lap, I would expect. No. Looks like he's already come to pit road back on lap number 64, so Kevin Hick good to go on fuel to the end of tonight's race, but he's got no draft help. He is pretty much a sitting duck out there in front of your top 2 on the racetrack. Roger Rios and Andrew Moore lead the field. Brandon Freeze 25 seconds back, still running in third, in control of the Top Groove Hard Charger award, up 20 positions from where he started tonight's race. Brandon Freeze rounds out your podium. As we move closer to 10 to go here tonight in race number 8 for the Blown Piston Racing League's Class Series, brought to you by Banner Construction right here from Monza. 28 drivers took to the starting grid. We are down to only 9 drivers left out there on the track, with just 4 on the lead lap. Jacob Drift, Andrew Mraz, Jimmy McKee off the pace. Scott Wise, big damage here tonight, still soldiering on, well off the pace, but Scott Wise is going to manage to walk away with a solid top 10 finish here after some big heavy damage has relegated that 31 to being down some horsepower. We'll take a look at that 31. No hood, no front clip on the front end of his machine, all alone out there running for just pride right now. And the 31 doing what he's got to do. Remember, Scott Wise came into tonight's race on the outside of that championship 16, looking in and with a solid top 10 finish. And drivers in front of him in the point standings having some trouble. This very well may move the 31 inside that top 16, and he may be able to manage a little bit better as we head to Texas next week. Then off to Five Flags for the final round in the regular season before we kick off that championship chase. And we are now down to just 10 to go right here from Monza, back up the front with your race leader, still nose to tail. Roger Rios Mateus and Andrew Moore still going at it. With no draft help and a lot of sustained damage in tonight's race, the 52 Custom Paints and Diecast Chevy ZL1 Camaro of Kevin Hick gonna fall back off of the lead lap. He's gonna be listed in that YJ Esports Lucky Dog position, the only driver listed 1 lap down, and he's hoping, praying, wishing that we could get a late race caution here and get himself back on the lead lap, trying to give himself any type a fighting chance at walking away with the checkered flag. Brandon Freeze, also one of those drivers that he's going to need a caution. There's no way he's going to make up 30 plus seconds on this field running all alone right now. Your top 2 drivers very well may run down Brandon Freeze, and they could be the final 2 on the lead lap by the time we get to the end of tonight's race here at Monza. Lap number 71 on the board this time around. Just 8 laps remaining from Monza. Just 7 laps now remaining around this 2.65 mile track across the pond in Monza, Italy. You're watching tonight's Monza 80 at the Autodromo Nazionale di Monza right here in Italy for the Balloon Piston Racing League's Clash Series, race number 8. It's a restrictor plate race, high bank, tight corners, and it has thrown a lot of these Clash Series drivers for a loop. Look at the timing and scoring right there. You can see a lot of trouble being had by a lot of drivers out there tonight. And it's a who's who of who's had trouble. I mean, drivers that were in the front of this field with solid races going on, trouble off of turn 4. That seemed to be the trouble spot for a lot of drivers here tonight. And a lot of drivers forced down pit road sideways after spinning off of turn 4. Monza is not the nice track that everybody thought it might be. Everybody thought they might have an easy go coming across the pond, and a fast restrictor plate race on hands, but Monza has proved to be a tough one on the schedule for the Clash Series drivers here tonight. Multiple drivers with trouble. Multiple drivers down and out of tonight's race. Just look at the list of drivers over there. Out or multiple. Look at it. 30 plus laps down. In 13th place is Kevin Blokman, that 85 machine, and he's going to continue to lose a handful of laps as he is still down on pit road trying to fix up his number 85 machine. It's going to be hard pressed to even get that car back out there onto the track. And with just 5 laps to go for when we cross the line this time around, it's a 2-car show at the front of this field. Will the custom paints and diecast stage 2 winner Roger Rios Mateus snatch the checkered flag, or will we see Andrew Moore make a move late to snatch his second checkered flag of the year? Only battle on track is the battle at the front of the field. Just your top 3 left on the lead lap. Roger Rios Mateus leads. Andrew Moore, Brandon Freeze still on the lead lap, but well behind your top 2 drivers. Freeze now almost 40 seconds back, almost a full solid lap back, and without any draft help. There's only 3 laps to go, but I don't know. These top 2 drivers, they might make their way to the tail end of Brandon Freeze. There you can see that 21 following the 15 of Jacob Drift just off of the foreground. So the race leaders, they can see him, but will they put him a lap down as well and leave us with just 2 drivers left on the lead lap? We'll have popsicle sticks on display this time by. The top 2 drivers make their way off of turn number 4. Roger Rios brings Andrew Moore to 2 to go. Just a little over 5 miles remaining in tonight's race, and who's going to put it in victory lane? Who's going to walk away with the checkered flag? Everybody chasing Roger Rios. I say everybody, but it's really just one man, the man right behind him, Andrew Moore, and his fast Ford Mustang, looking to get that Golf-sponsored 77 back to victory lane for the second time, but Roger Rios wants to be the first driver to visit victory lane for the second time this season. Off of turn 4, coming to the white flag. White flag in hand, now in the air. That's it. White flag flies. Final lap here from Monza. Roger Rios leads Andrew Moore back into turn 1. 2-car length advantage for Mateus, looking to lay back and get a run down the backstretch. Here comes Andrew Moore off of turn 2. Off of turn 2, Andrew Moore begins to close the distance halfway down the backstretch. Will he make a dive to the inside? Not going to be close enough, and Roger Rios with the advantage into 3 up the track. Goes Andrew Moore looking for a way around, not going to get there. We'll get to turn 4. It's the short shoot back to the checkered flag. And Roger Rios going to cross the line first. He'll walk away with the checkered flag here tonight and into victory lane. For the second time this season, become the first driver to visit victory lane for the second time here tonight. Roger Rios gets the job done from across the pond here in Monza. Andrew Moore going to come home in second, with Brandon Fries rounding out your podium positions. Kevin Dick and Jacob Drift will round out your top 5. What a run. What a last few final laps there. Andrew Moore tried to get up there. He tried all he could to get to the tail end of Roger Rios, just unable to get there by the time they got to the checkered flag, and walking away with the race win. For the first time this season, we've got ourselves a repeat winner. The driver out of Puerto Rico gets the job done. He'll park it in victory lane. First, a little bit of smoke show for the fans in the stands. Job well done in the superior templating number 5. Roger Rios secures the checkered flag. As he enjoys his post-race celebrations, we're going to step away from the track, get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside at the conclusion of another great race here with the Blown Piston Racing League's Clash Series. Let's see if we can't dial up and have a few words with some of the drivers that have walked away in the top spots here tonight. Let's see if we can't dial up the driver inside of that 21 machine walking away with third here tonight. Brandon Freeze, it's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Dave, how are you tonight?
I'm doing good. How about yourself, my man?
Oh, my arm's a little sore from running around that rough track, but pretty good. Happy to come home with a third, and that'll help make everything feel a little better in the morning.
Yeah, a little bit of a rough track over here across the pond in Monza. Now that the race is done and over with, let's do a comparison, if you will. How do you compare this track, this style of restrictor plate track, to the, I'm just going to call it the American style restrictor plate racing at Talladega and Daytona? What's the big differences?
This one to me is just all about patience, and that's how we got the finish we got tonight, was just being patient. We didn't score any points in the first two stages. I think finished like 15th and 18th, and that's the thing. You can be a little more aggressive, I think, on the Daytonas and Talladegas of the world, and this track is it's pretty much a one groove track, and you got to time your run for when you get a run coming off of 2 or off of 4. And, so like I said, the key to me is just patience with everything.
Absolutely. Sometimes patience is a virtue, and luckily for you, the patience turned off. I don't want to say lucky, because it seemed to be a strategy from what you just said right there. Having the patience to wait to when it was time to go, and that's exactly what you did, and your 21 crew brought home a solid finish here tonight. It looks like you're also going to walk away with the Top Groove Hard Charger Award, being up 20 positions from where you qualified from, so congratulations on that as well, Brandon. And before we let you go here tonight from Monza, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Solar Clean Energy for helping us out this season and helping out all the 4X team, iHeartRadio, Line Media, and Banner Construction. Blown Piston Racing League is an awesome league, and everything you guys do, broadcasting our races every week, and of course my wife, as always, for letting me run. Appreciate that.
Well, again, my man, congratulations on the solid podium finish here today. Congratulations on snatching that Top Groove Hard Charger Award. And Brandon, we'll look forward to catching up with you back across in the States. We're going to head to Texas next week. We'll see if we can't meet up with you then.
That sounds great, Dave. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, there you have it. Final few words from the driver out of that 21 Ford Mustang. Brandon Freeze walks away from Monza in third. That's going to move us right along the list and right along to the driver that finished in the second position here tonight. He had the race lead at one point in time, but unable to secure that top spot. Let's see if we can dial up and have a word or two with Andrew Moritz. Dave, you got me?
Yep.
Hey, man, how you doing? How you feeling after another solid podium night here at a very tough, bumpy, weird restrictor plate?
Yeah, I'm surprised to be where I'm at the end there. I thought for sure I was going to get caught up in something early, and I almost did a couple of times.
Well, describe some of the racing out there. How tough are the bumps out there in the car? How tough are these corner exits? We've seen a lot of drivers struggling to get off of particularly turn number 4.
Yeah, you really don't want to pass in the turns at all. You have the straightaways, so you have to try to line it up for that. And if somebody gets slowed up in front of you in the turns, good luck. Yeah, it might not go so well.
So it's basically a regular restrictor plate race, but a lot more chaotic.
Yeah, I don't even know if this was. I mean, I think it was high horsepower, low downforce, and I think this is the only super speedway this car can run this fast.
Well, it was upwards of 200 miles an hour. I don't know if you gentlemen inside the car knew that or not, but now you do. Nonetheless, Andrew, congratulations on another solid performance for you and your 77 crew. You're going to continue to pad that points lead as we set our sights on the final 2 races of the regular season. So, looking forward to Texas, looking forward to Five Flags. Do you think you've got what it takes to put that 77 in victory lane one more time before we end out this regular season?
Yeah, I'm not real worried about it. I am pretty good at those 2 tracks, though. So, I mean, if I'm there, I'm going to try for it.
All right. Well, again, Andrew, congratulations on another solid podium night here tonight for Monza. Before we let you go, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home?
Yep, Pine Eye Racing, Torque Wrench Racing, Scott and Lauren, Dave in the Cave, Roger, he's a good leader tonight. Boy, who else? Anybody who's watching, my brother, and have a good night.
All right. Well, my man, Andrew, we won't keep you any longer. Enjoy the podium and enjoy the scenery over here at Monza, and we'll catch up with you stateside.
Thanks, Dave.
All right. There you have it, Andrew Moore. Happy, content with a solid podium finish. He's going to walk away second from the track here tonight, and that's going to move us right along to the man of the moment, walking away with the checkered flag here tonight, walking away with his second win of the season. Roger, it's Dave in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, solid performance here for you and your number 5 crew. You walked away with the Facebook Custom Paints and Diecast Stage 2 win. Also, walking away with your second victory of the season. You set yourself apart in the wins column. Gotta feel good about that. How good was the car, and how rough was the track?
Well, the car was as good as it can be. I mean, I tried to keep it clean the whole race, and that was probably the key.
Absolutely. Well, we've heard a lot of drivers talk about the bumps out there on the track. How much worse is this racing surface in comparison to the restrictor plate racing tracks that we're so used to here, Daytona and Talladega?
Well, if you can think of Sebring as an oval, this is it. Just bumpy everywhere.
Whew, Sebring, that is, man. Y'all, did you have a what is the word? A mouth guard. Did you have a mouth guard in tonight? Because man, your teeth had to have been chattering on them bumps like that.
No, but my back is feeling a little bit.
I hear you. Well, Roger, again, congratulations on doing what nobody's been able to do so far this year in the Clash Series, and that's get to victory lane for a second time. So, as we've already said, you set yourself apart on that standpoint. You're going to put a couple of bonus points in your back pocket as well as we get set for that championship rundown. Before we let you go and enjoy tonight's celebrations and victory, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Well, I want to thank my wife for allowing me to enjoy my hobby. And then all my teammates, all my affiliated teammates, just appreciate all their help tonight. And thank you for the broadcast.
Absolutely. Well, Roger, again, congratulations on the second win on the season. Congratulations on the stage win as well, and we'll see if we can't catch up with you trackside when we head back to the States here as we head into the final 2 races, Texas and Five Flags. And until then, my man, stay safe and keep it fast.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, there you have it. Roger Rios goes to victory lane for the second time this season. Happy, short, sweet, to the point, ready to get back on the track at Texas next week. He's going to walk away or walk into the track with his head held a little bit higher after snatching a very well-earned victory here from Monza. Job well done. Roger Rios walks away with another checkered flag. Whew, man, what a night, what a run here from Monza for the Blown Piston Racing League's Clash Series. I can't think of a better way to show these drivers that there's more to restrictor plate racing than just keeping your foot on the gas and turning left. You got to know how to navigate the bumps. You got to know how to navigate the runs, and when the tail end gets a little light, you gotta know how to handle the cars. And tonight, Roger Rios put on a clinic at the front of this field and walks away with the checkered flag once again in the Blown Piston Racing League's Clash Series. And as the music begins to roll in the background, you know the sounds, you know it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results right here in race number 8 for the Blown Piston Racing League's Clash Series. from Monza, walking away with the checkered flag, the 5 of Roger Rios. 77 of Andrew Moore will slot home in second, with Brandon Freeze rounding out your podium positions. Kevin Dick going to walk away fourth. 5th place tonight belongs to the 15 of Jacob Drift. The 4 of Andrew Moraz walks away in 6th. 7th place tonight to Jason Branch. Scott Wise rolls the 31 home in 8th. 9th place tonight to the 99 of Jimmy McKee. And rounding out your top 10, driver with some trouble at the beginning of the race, secures a top 10 finish. Jim Thorndike walks away in 10th. 11th place from Monza tonight belongs to the 14 of Anthony Key. Tyler Davala back in 12th. Max Williams finishes in 13th. 14th on trackside tonight, Corbin Simmons. John Finley back in 15th. 16th belongs to the 85 of Kevin Blokema. Casey Duncan walks away in 17th, while Ryan Branchew parks the 6 machine home in 18th spot. 19th from the track tonight belongs to the 59 of Ryan Nicoletta. And Curtis Kelly rounds out your top 20. AJ Green finishes in 21st, 22nd to Kenny McCullough. Christopher McCullough back in 23rd. Frank Reese 24th, 25th tonight from Monza, the 51 of Jordan Berry. Jeremy Brooks back in 26th, 27th to Anthony Handley. And rounding out the 28 car field here tonight, the 26 of Michael Shaw. That's going to do it for us here on the Turn 3 production booth. We're going to roll up the cords and shut off the lights and get ready to go back stateside. If you haven't already, race fans, join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and drop that thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're sliding through to say hey, or you're one of the dedicated fans, friends, family, or maybe even one of the sponsors out there. We do appreciate each and every one of you. Without you, there would be no us. And with that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.